Since I released the last video about the canvas view, I got massive amount of requests to create additional video with how to use it. So in this video I will teach you how to use the canvas view. I will teach you the different functionality and option, and I will also share with you what else Zoho are going to do with this canvas view. Before we start, I like to remind you that every Wednesday 10 a.m. Eastern Daytime I have an online webinar. People join, anyone can join, clients, not clients, everyone, and they ask questions, and it's really nice. So we have lots of action going on there, and if there is some time, I also present a video. So every week we have some kind of a presentation, just so you know. So let's go back to our Zoho and let's click on the canvas builder, and I'm going to create my first canvas, and we will make it on the lead system, which is one of my modules. I will select my layout. I'm currently using only one layout, but if you have more, you can select the correct layout, and you click on create. Just so we are clear, this is how my existing Zoho leads layout looks like. You will have here the transitions, you will have the command center, and some details. Obviously it looks very poor, and when I say very poor, it's relatively to what the canvas is providing us, and this is relatively what you will get in most of the other CRMs. Boring, vanilla look. And we will try to make it look better. Now, when I'm going back to my canvas, you can see on the right side that you will have all the canvas area where you are going to create your great design. On the left side, you will have the different fields, and on the far left, you will see gallery, data, elements, and styles. In the gallery, I don't really know what will be there. I asked Zoho, I did not get a response yet, but my assumption is that they are going to put here some templates. So you will have here some templates, you will click on a template, and it will preload a set of designs to the page, so you can just customize it. And of course, that will be a great thing to do because it takes tons of time to create a nice design. On the data, you will see all the data elements, and the data elements will be your related list, your fields, anything that you will have on this page and also on the left side. Actually, I would also say also on the top and the list on the right side. So when you have your canvas view, just understand that you're getting a fresh blank view. So if you will just have the first name and last name, that's all you got. You will not have the send email, convert, edit, nothing like that, okay? So that's something that you need to understand. When Zoho said you can do whatever you want, they actually meant it. You can do whatever you want. Here in the elements, we will have some sections. We have the section, tabs, table, text, icon, and line, and I will show you how to work with each one of them. And eventually we will have the style, and that will be the style of the entire page. So we are going to go over everything. Let's start with the different elements that we are going to have on this page, just so we understand what we're going to do. So for me, for example, when I'm getting a new lead, it's very important for me to understand what is the lead name, what is his status, where he's coming from, which is the lead source. I like to have a very quick access to his phone number, to his email, and I like to see also the notes. So that's something that is very important for me. Without that, I am not going to do any work on the lead. So this is what I am going to do right now. On the left side, I am going to have some kind of a section that will show me the lead details. And that's something that I want to see all the time. And if I will go to the elements, you can see that I will have a section on the left side. I will just drag and drop it into the screen, and I will just push it to the right top. So that will be the area that I will have the lead details. Now I like to have here on the top the picture of the lead, because sometimes we are getting pictures of the leads. Especially when we are dealing with high caliber clients, I like to see who I'm talking to. So my assistant will grab the picture of this lead and I want to see who I'm talking to. It really helps the conversation. So here I will have the picture. Below that I like to see the name of the person. I also like to have access to his phone number, and the phone number needs to be big because that's where my attention is supposed to go. And I also like to have the ZIA functionality when to call. And this is a nice functionality that Zoho created, and it's helping you understand when to call this lead. Okay, best time to call. So let's begin. So first of all, I'm going to the data section, and this is where all the data exists. And I will drag and drop the lead picture. Now, if you saw, after I dragged the picture, and I will show you again, after I dragged the picture, I clicked outside of the picture, and then I clicked again. And that will allow me to start and style it. So I like to have a few things. I don't want the picture to be boxed. I like it round. So I will click on the picture, I will go to the radius, and then I will run it all the way to the end. And that will give me a nice circle design. I will push it to the top. And as you can see with those red lines, I can see exactly where is the center relatively to the section that I'm in. Okay, so this is great. Next, I like to have the first and last name. And instead of pulling the first name and then pulling the last name, which is not that great, I will just pull the full name. I will right click on that, and then I will hide the label, and then the full name will disappear. Okay, so that's something that we're doing right now, and I'm going to push it to the left side. And below that, I also like to have more details, such as what is the lead status and also the lead source, which are very important for me. So we'll just hide the label again, and in order to show this small menu, if you didn't figure out, I just clicked on the right click on the mouse, and then I'm able to hide the label, and that will be beside it. And the last one will be the lead source, which is over here. So same thing, hide label. Very good. Now, let's assume that in this case, sometimes we're getting lead sources and I don't know where the lead is coming from, which is also okay. In that case, you probably do want to have the label. So I can do something like that. I can show label, and I can show label to the top, for example. So it's working like that, when the default was something like that, right? So let's push it on the top. And let's give it some more spacing so it will not be together with them. And that's, I think, is okay. Next, I want to have here the phone number of this person. And let's go here. Let's click on the phone and push it here. Now, in my case, I like to have the phone, of course, only the phone, because phone is mandatory in our system, so I can hide the label. But I also want it to be in a nice box because I want it very obvious. So I'm going to click on the elements. I'm going to pull a section, okay? And this section, I'm going to have it in the radius. Let's make it with a small radius. I will make it small. And I will also have the background as something more dominate, something like that. That's fine. I can also click on the gradient and then play with the gradient, as you can see. So let's go with something like that. And I also want to have the phone number on it, and the phone number, I will click on the phone and I will change the color to white. So let's do something like that. Let me just pull it. Let me just take it out. We'll have here the number. and I know that I am not a good designer and I'm sorry about it, but it will be the best I can do to show you the functionality. Okay, so let's do it like that and even have it. Okay, so this is the phone number, and below that I want to have also best time to call. So if I will click on the data, I will click here and find the best time to contact, and I drag it here. That will be a ZF function. So Zoho, that's based on the stories. I don't know if it's true, but they are working with artificial intelligence that's checking when the person is on social media, and when he's on social media, it's probably when he's bored, and when you will contact him, probably will say, sure, let's talk. So that's the idea. If it is the concept, it's great. If not, it's not. But just know that it actually works, and you can try it yourself. So you can see that I have here some scroll. So if I will play with the dimensions, so let me push it to the side. Let me just make it a bit bigger. Yep, and now this scroll is gone. Okay, so that will be the best time to call, will be beside the phone number, which makes sense. And as you can see, I have here this box. If you don't want the box, you just click on it. You can see that you have here the border. You just remove the check mark, you click outside, it's all gone. You still see some background, and that's coming from the shadow. So if you click on it, and you see the shadow here. So if I remove the shadow, this is also gone. So this is what we can do. And I will also do something else. I will push the number to the bottom, and let's do something like that. Very good. Let's push it to the side a little bit more. Okay, so I'm good with good. Okay, so I'm good with this one. Now on the right side, I like to have some tabs, and I will show you what it means. So if I'm going here to the tabs, to the elements, there is a tab section, which is very nice. So I drop here the tabs, I push it very close, and let's go down. Now in the tabs, I can have the first tab, and if I click on it, I can change here the label, and that will be, let's say, general info. That will be the first tab, and here I will have the different details of this person, and we'll do it later. For now, I just want to build the tabs. The second tab, which I told you that is very important for me, that will be the notes, but the notes I will put them in a different place, because I like to see the notes immediately. I don't want to wait for it. What I do want in the tabs is that I want to see the attachments. I also like to have the related products for this lead. I also like to see the open activities, and the emails, I will just make them visible immediately. What campaigns this lead was involved with. The blueprint, I want to see it on the page, and that's it. Very good. Okay, so those will be the different tabs, and as you can see, when you have the related list, which means all the guys on the left side, you can see that when you click on them, it will automatically preload the information. So you don't need to build that as well. Okay, Zoho took care of that for you. So this is the view that I like to have. Now, let's say continue here and go to the data. You can see that, let me just close the sections. So I can click also, where is it? I want the notes. Actually, if we write your notes, it will just filter it for us. So as I told you before, I like to see the notes all the time. The notes are very important for me. So I'm just drag and dropping here the notes. And if you don't want to have it in this view, the way that I just have it here, You can also have it in a different way. For example, I can take this entire page and I can make it smaller, and I will just change it like that. So on the right side, I will have, let me just make it nice. I will try. It's very, very difficult for someone like me to do those kind of details, but I am really doing the best I can. Okay, so let's assume that this is perfect. Okay, if I will just do that, it's supposed, yeah, okay. So this is fine, and I will have it all the way to the bottom. So on the right side, I will always see the notes. This is important for me. Now, there is one more thing that it's important for me, and that's the blueprint. And the blueprint, which we work with it all the time, needs to be visible for me as well. So if I will click on the data and I will search the blueprint, you can see that I drag and drop the blueprint easily. Now, the blueprint, if you think about it, does not take too much space. So if I will just change this view to something like that, and let's have here, so okay, so let's push it on the bottom here, and let's just drag it a bit down. Okay, so that will be my blueprint, is here on the bottom. So first of all, I look on the left side, I can see the details, the contact details. I can see the general information that we populate very soon, and I will have here the different related items that I want to see. On the right side, I can see the notes. That's perfect for me. Let's see what else I want to see from the related list, just so we can structure the page in the right way. And let's see, emails are very important for me, so I will drop the related email on the left side. And let's see, I think we're okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, the prediction and all that can stay there. Okay, now there are some more fields that are important for me that I did not add them to this list, and I do need to add them. So I'm going to push all that down, add here another section. So I'm going to the elements, I will drag and drop here a section, and let's make it something like that. And on this section, I like to have all the buttons that are important for me, and I will show you what I mean. If I go all the way down, you can see that under the actions I have cool stuff. I have, for example, my edit button, which is important. And before I am going to throw more items, which that was the mistake that I had before, I will show you what I'm doing. So I like to style those buttons so they will be nice, and then I'm going to copy the style from this one to the others. So let's start with one. I am going to have to this element, I'm going to have a background color. So let's say let's select green. Oh my god, this is bad. Red, this is also bad. Let's have a border to it with some small radius of maybe 3. Okay, and okay, so I was just on something else. Okay, so that's fine. So I will have here the border border of 1 is fine. I also like to give it some small radius, so let's go with a small radius. The color, oh, I see. So when I clicked on the font, I can give it a different feel, and that's what happened. Perfect. So at least I know what to do here. So let's change it to one of those blacks, and I will also like to give it some thickness, so maybe a little bit of bold. That's fine. And let's also change the color maybe to white. Very good. And let's see if I can have a variant of this color, just darker. Okay, and let's remove, I think there is a shadow. No, there is no shadow. Let's see with the shadow. Okay, let's assume that this is the one. Okay, let's take the next button. I'm going to the data, and convert will be the next one, and clone I am also using all the time, and merge, send email. Delete, I'm not giving anyone the ability to delete, but I am the one who is deleting sometimes, so I will use it. Mail merge, for sure I'm doing all the time. No portal, no back, more print, click, nope. So that's fine. And the last one will be send with Zoho sign. And those buttons are the buttons that you have here on the top. Okay, so if you have custom buttons, you will see them as well in this list. Let's go to here. I'm going to separate my buttons to two groups. Group number 1 will be all the stuff that you can do on the page, which is the edit. Come on, you can do it. Okay. Okay. You need to click like really on the item itself, surprisingly, so it will do the magic that you want. Okay, so we have that. We have the next one will be the mail merge. So let's push it on the right side, because that's more for when you want to send a mail merge or send email. Those will share the same functionality. I will have here also the merge, and the last one will be sent for Zoho sign. And let's make it a bit smaller, and let's push all that a little bit to the top. Okay, so let's click on copy style, and let's paste the style on all of them. That's the last one. And those, because I'm using them a lot, they will be in a different color. So let's say I have a different color. Actually, I can just paste the style, and I can just change the background to something more reddish. Reddish. Okay, reddish it is. And paste style. Good. So as you can see on the right side, let me just make it a bit bigger. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so you can see here that I have the send for Zoho sign, send email, save in mail merge, all of them on the right side, because for me the right side will be more for the actions. Above I will have all the items that I need to take action on page. And let's make this one a little bit bigger. Very good. And I will have below that the notes. Perfect. So that's something that works for me. Next, I want to populate in the general information some data, and we will do some of them just for the sake of the example. I can go ahead and I will see what information makes sense for me. I will have, for example, the address, so I can take here the text. I can write here address. Okay, and let's make it a bit bigger because that's some kind of an headline. Imagine what someone that knows how to design can do with the system. Damn, crazy. So I will have here the address information, and the address will be, let's grab the street. I'm going to remove the label. So that's street, city, yeah, let's do it like that, city, state, and zip code. And the last one will be the country. Very good. Hide label, and that's fine. Okay, so this is section number 1 of the content. 1 second, I'm just big fingerish. Okay. Good. Okay. So let's push it to the side. Okay, let's see what other information I need here. Now, in this case, we have required services, and those are all the services that the person wants to have. So I will just click on clone on the address, and that will be services. Stop moving it. Okay. So we'll grab services and we'll push it here. And let's align it with the top one, with the address, and also that will be aligned. Good. Okay. Next, I need to add the must area. The must will be those fields that without them, you basically don't know what to do with the lead. For me, the score is 1. The score will tell me if the lead is opening my emails, if he's responding to them, if they're bouncing. It will just give me an overview of the temperature of this lead. And the other one will be if the NDA was signed. And if the NDA was signed, it's a very positive sign. If the NDA was not signed, probably the lead is not that serious. So let's now go here. Let's clone this field, and let's call it the musts. And let's do something like that. And let's throw it here. And now I need to have here 1 will be the score, and let's drag it from here. One second. Yes. And the other one will be the NDA, and if the NDA was signed or not. So those are to the must. Now, you can also, if you want, you can click on the section. For example, you can go to, 1 second, let's click here. And now you can see that you can change the background, or let's make it something very light. I'm such a bad designer, you know. I already knew it, but now it's more obvious. So you can have something like that. If you want, you can also have some kind of a background picture for the entire page, and then you will need to go to the style, and let's click on image, and then you will have some kind of an image here. So let's say Google Images, let's grab an image. Okay, let's go with that. Let's have the URL, copy image location. Let's put it here. Okay, so as you can see, there is a background image here. Such a bad example, business image. Okay, so let's say also give the tools. And by the way, you cannot do what I'm just doing, just so you know, because there are copyrights on pictures. Okay, I'm just showing you as an example something. Okay, but do not do it. So I'm copying the location and let's add that. Okay, so you can understand that I'm an horrible designer, but this is how you do it. So that's it. That's what I wanted to show you, how you can design your page that will be exactly what you want. Those are currently the items. The next phases, from what I understood from Zoho, you will have let's say a gallery with multiple templates, and you can select them. You will be able to clone designs from one account to another. So let's say that you created a beautiful design, or you bought a design from someone, then you can clone it to a different account. So that's something that is also doable. And you will also have the ability to have sections. So let's say that you have a section like that, you can just grab the section, drag and drop into the screen. Okay, now let's say that I like what I have, and let me show you how you can use it. So first of all, I will give it a name. So let's say lead view, and I will need to click on the canvas assignment, and I will need to assign it to specific profiles. So you see here you have different profiles. Let's assign only the administrator for now. And now if I will go to this lead and I will refresh it, you can see that the design is changing. Now I will have the canvas view based on what I created before. The downside of this view is that you don't have an inline editing. So if I like to change the name, I click on it and nothing happens. So that's a downside. But I do know that Zoho are working on an inline editing also for the canvas view. So you will have it as well. Right now it's in beta version, right? And they're working on it. Now all those buttons do work, and I tested them before. So if you click on send email, for example, or if you go and let's say edit, everything works. But the inline is not working right now, and I know that Zoho are working on it. Everything else, as you can see, works. It's perfect. I didn't see really too many bugs, even though it's a beta version. It's still, you know, they provided a very good product. And I do know from the competition that lots of other companies are starting to think about this direction as well, because Zoho really changed the game. And I really assume that in Q1 of 2021, that's going to be the conversation. Thank you very much for watching this session. If you like it, thumbs up. It's always appreciated. If you have any comments, questions, shoot them in the comments below. Join our webinar every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Daytime. I will see you soon. Have a good new year.